Hello, everybody. I want to just say welcome to you, and I want to check that you can hear me and see my screen, please. So if you can let me know that in the chat section, just let me know. You can type in both or yes or whatever, just so that I know that I'm not talking to myself. We have a few of the usual suspects in here. Welcome to you all. And I think we've got something exciting for you today. But if you can just let me know that you can see my screen and hear my voice, and we'll get on. I was thinking that I was probably going to have to build this presentation as we did it, but I've just about managed to paste everything into the slides. So that's one first that we won't be doing today. Some of the slides may be a bit cramped. Can we get some interaction from you, please? Anybody there? Can you let me know if you can, excuse me, see my screen and hear my voice? Thelma, Larry, Maya, Zoe, Melvin, George, Jean-Pierre, Dhananjaya. One of you at least, let me know, please. And then we can get on. It's no good me bashing on with things. Okay, thank you, George. You can see in here. Okay. We have liftoff. Melvin says your name and where you're located, please. If that's referring to me, Melvin, my name's Graham Frame. You can find me on Google. Just Google me, Graham Ernest Frame. You'll find me on LinkedIn. You'll find me all over the place. I have homes in the States and in the UK, and I'm currently in the UK. Any questions before we get going? No. No questions, no more interaction. Okay, well, I hope we get a little bit of activity from you today. Questions, answers, comments, wows, yes, no's, whatever. I wanted to be talking today about creating the internet lifestyle. Now, I've been focusing principally on the two things that you need to do to build a business, a very profitable online business. And there are only two real things that you need to do, generally speaking, and that is to, I've got planes going over the top at the moment. I don't know whether you can hear them. I hope it's not distracting. Anyway, the two things you need to do is to build a list and to learn to communicate with your list. So learn to build it and learn to communicate with that list. But what exactly is this? Where have we gone? I need to get to my slides. Sorry. Okay, here we go. What exactly is this internet lifestyle, this laptop lifestyle that people talk about? And you'll see adverts with people making thousands of dollars sat in some coffee bar somewhere, some exotic location, or somebody sat like this at some exotic resort, home on the beach, whatever. But what exactly is this internet lifestyle? It can mean different things for different people. It can mean many different things to many different people. But generally speaking, it'll include things like the ability to work from home, or the ability to work from any location, the ability to plan your time, to enjoy your life on your own terms so that you're not having to be somewhere where you don't want to be. You can structure your life in a way that enables you to get maximum enjoyment from it. Life is about being happy. The the ability to have sufficient income to pay all your bills on time. A lot of people come to me and they say, oh, look, at all I want is an extra $500 a month. And that's a great starting point, because that is enough for a lot of people to just break through into a comfort zone. And from 500 a month, you can go to 1,000 a month, and from 1,000 a month to 5,000 a month, and the ceiling is unlimited. But you have to start somewhere. And for some people, as I say, it's just sufficient income to get all the bills paid on time, just to take that stress out of the life. And then once they've got that, the ability to have some disposable income to enjoy life, to say, okay, let's go on vacation, let's all go out for a meal, let's do whatever we want to do. In fact, it can be sort of summed up as the ability to be, do, and have all that you desire in life. And it's your birthright. Now, all of those things and some other things may enter your mind when you think about the internet lifestyle. You've been told about getting your toes into the sand on some exotic beach and sipping Cuba Libres or whatever. But the bottom line is in creating enough income to live a comfortable life without working 40 hours a week. And even if you work 40 hours a week, to be able to structure those hours in a way that suits you. Example is, you know, you've got stay-at-home mums that need extra income. They don't mind working 40 hours a week, but they want time during the day to be with the kids. And when the kids have gone to bed, then they can put in a shift. So it's all about being able to structure things in your own way. But many become disillusioned in the search for this internet lifestyle. And that's largely because of the hype and lies that surround online marketing. And they're there because people want to sell you products that are worthless to line their own pockets. And they create this expectation that it's easy money with little or no work involved. You know, just buy my $27 ebook or my super WordPress plugin for $30 or whatever it may be that they're selling at whatever price. And they'll tell you that, oh yeah, all you need is that, and you'll wake up in the morning with your bank balance overflowing. And deep down inside, we know it's not true. But the lifestyle of your dreams is possible. But it's not going to be found in some magical system or opportunity. It requires building first, and that involves work, that four-letter word. Those who succeed are those who have a good work ethic, and they don't believe that they're just entitled to something before they've earned it. So often I hear people crying, scam, because they joined some opportunity and they didn't make any money. They paid their fees and they had no income, so it's got to be a scam. And yet there are other people that are making money with that opportunity. The reality is that in most cases, they just didn't put in the time and effort to generate income. They just felt they were entitled to income for joining. Could I ask those people, what if they turned up at their job and did nothing, just sat there and said, oh no, I'm not doing any work today or tomorrow? Would they expect to be paid? Possibly they would. But this, unfortunately, takes care of probably around 75% of online hopefuls. They have this lottery marketing mentality, I call it. And remember that lottery marketing mentality, because I'm going to come back to it. They have this idea that maybe if I put some cash into, that should be buy. Not buy, I'm still here. Maybe if I buy into a few things, I'll get lucky and I'll hit the jackpot. And it's that lottery mentality that they have. The same as buying a lottery ticket. Oh yeah, I'll buy a few lottery tickets and maybe I'll hit the jackpot. Online business isn't like that. And I'm not concerned with those people because I know that I'll want their success more than they do. And it's going to cause me pain and sorrow. And so I've learned that those people aren't worth worrying about. However, I am concerned about the other 25% who put in the time and effort and still fail. And you know, how long ago? 1980? It's 35 years ago when I first got involved in home businesses, and I built large businesses in multi-level marketing companies. And I was always concerned that so many people in my organization didn't just not make money, but they actually lost money because they were putting money in all the time. They had an expensive hobby. And that wasn't the most important thing. The most important thing was they were taught to hope and have dreams and dream big. And these dreams came crashing and tumbling down around them. And they lost that dream and they lost that hope. And that used to hurt me. And so for many, many years, I've been looking for a way to avoid that. And that is those people that put in the time, they put in the effort, they put in the cash investment, and they still fail, because to build a business in MLM takes certain skills that most people don't have and very few can acquire. But for this group, these people that are prepared to put in time and effort, there is hope, and with correct guidance, success is assured as long as they maintain the 3 P's: persistence, patience, and perseverance. And perhaps persistence and perseverance are the same thing, but they're so important it's worth putting them in twice anyway. You've got to have patience because it's not going to happen overnight. It doesn't work that way. You've got to persist. You've got to have Shakespeare in one of his plays, I can't remember which one it was, he said, "Much water weareth a stone." And it's a fact. If you look at the Grand Canyon that's been cut through those mountains by constant erosion of water, it's persistence, it's constant action, it's consistency. So those people are the ones that I want to be talking to now, and hopefully you people are the people that are here with me. So now for the how. Well, I know a lot of people that come to me have been enticed into multi-level marketing, and I have a lot of respect for MLM. I love the system. I've made lots of money with it. It's great for some people, but it's not the best route for most people to join an MLM company when they're starting out. Certainly not as their main business plan anyway, because multi-level marketing operates on the same basis as insurance companies. You can go to virtually any insurance company in any city in the world and say, "I want a job." And they'll say, "Okay, come in next week. We've got a training session running and you'll be paid this amount of commission and this amount of commission, and you can make this much money." And they'll sell you on the idea, and it's a commission-based plan, and they'll train you. And you go in and you get a week's training, sometimes 2 weeks training at their expense. And then they go out and they help you and they mentor you. And companies work the same way. They'll employ anybody and they'll hope that some make the grade. But for those that don't, it's no big deal, because of those that fall by the wayside, many of them have actually made a few sales to family and friends because they're taught to build a list and go out and see the people that they know, and so generate income for the company, and that covers the training, that covers the cost of the training. And out of every 100 people they put through the training, probably 2 or 3 go on to create a career with that company. And it's the same thing with multi-level marketing. They work and they operate in exactly the same way. So for most people, don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking MLM. It's a good sideline to have. But for most people, it shouldn't be your main business. The best way to go is to have a wide portfolio, and it can include an MLM company, as long as you understand that over 90% of the people you contact will not join that company with you. You'll be lucky if 2 or 3% do. And of those 2 or 3% that join you, only about 1 in 7 will actually do anything. So you need to sort of contact like 300 people to get one good person. And you probably need 5 good people to start building and generating a reasonable income. So you need to be contacting like 1,500 people to get that. And that's what people don't understand. So you can include an MLM company and build it as a sideline, because it is a great way to leverage money and to get things working, provided it's not your main source of income. So, question for you, and hopefully you've been able to read this while I've been talking. Could we get some answers from you? Would you rather have 1,000 clients spending $10 a month with you, or would you rather have one client who spends $10,000 a month with you? And I'll pause for a moment while I get some answers on that, because I know there's a delay on these Hangouts between what I say and you actually hearing what I've said. So I'd like a little bit of feedback from you. Show that you're alive, show that you're alive and kicking. And well, while you there we go. So maybe you're all dead, maybe you've died, maybe I've sent you to sleep. I'm getting no response from any of you. Would somebody like to just put in a comment, say which they'd prefer, 1 or 10,000 clients? One or 10,000. You can just type in 1, or you can type in 10,000. Hello, hello. Do we have anybody alive out there? Let me get to my Hangouts page. Okay, I'm going to progress with this because we get replays, but I'm disappointed that we've not got anybody prepared to just put in a little reaction to this while we're going. But as I say, I'm going to move on because we have people that can't make it live and need the replay. So for stability, 1,000 clients is much better. If you lose a client, it's just $10, and with ongoing marketing, that should be easy to replace. You should be building this all the time, increasing. Businesses don't stay stable. They either get bigger or they get smaller. And you want your business to be getting bigger, so you're constantly marketing, you're constantly tuning your engine a little bit just to get more and more people in there. But if you lose one client and you've only got one client and it's $10,000 client, that hurts you because you've no longer got a business. So Zoe says too much delay in the webinar. I don't know what you mean by too much delay in the webinar between what I say and the answers that I'm not getting, Zoe. I don't know. There's usually about 60 seconds, sometimes 2 minutes. It can be less, it can be as little as 40 seconds on some occasions. It's just the way Google Hangouts work, I'm afraid. There's not much we can do about that. So for stability, it's better to have a wider number of people. So what you need is something that will allow you to make an income from personal sales. It's all very well seeing this projected matrix that's going to make you millions and millions of dollars, but you need something that you can rely on, and the only thing that you can rely on is your own activity. Okay, that's a very important lesson. You can't hope for other people to make you wealthy. If you put in enough activity, that will happen as a byproduct. But you can't just say, oh, I only need 3 people. You go out and get 3 people and retire. It doesn't work that way. You've got to have something that you can generate an income from personal sales. And that way you're relying on your own activity and not hoping that somebody else is going to make you money. You need something that already has a hungry market with wide appeal. You know, if you are in the desert, you can sell water, but if you're in some sparse place somewhere, well, maybe you can sell water, but you could get $50 a bottle for a little bottle of water in the desert. But if you sat by a fresh spring, you'd be lucky to get 50 cents a bottle for it. You know, where is the market? You need something that has got wide appeal and the people want what you've got. And you want a unique selling point. This is often talked about in sales. They often use it as you need a USP. Sometimes it's unique selling point, unique selling proposition, but it's something that makes you unique, something that you can offer enhanced and unique benefits to these pre-sold prospects that want what you have. Because if you are only offering the same as everybody else, why would they buy from you? If there are 3 cinemas next to each other and they're all showing the same film and they're all showing it at the same price, but one offers you luxurious seating with ample leg room and a free popsicle in the interval or something like that, and the others don't offer anything like that, you know, they've got hard seats, and the one that's got those extra benefits, those unique things, it's going to do better. It's natural. And you've got to be able to stand out from the crowd in some way with those enhanced unique benefits, because the people want what you've got, but why should they buy it from you? You've got to be able to give them a reason to say, I want that yet, and I'm happy to buy from you. And then you want something that has the ability to be leveraged to generate a much higher income, because there's only so much that you can do on your own. You need the ability to be able to leverage your efforts so that instead of making $10 an hour, you can make $100 an hour. Making $100 an hour, you can make $1,000 an hour. And you can link that to the ability to be automated so that you've got time to enjoy the money that you're making. If you've constantly got to be there answering the phone and filling out forms and handing products over and taking the money in and counting it and giving the, you know, if you've got to be doing all those things, you don't have time to enjoy what you're making. I know that very well because I've been there. I used to work 14 to 18 hours a day, 7 days a week in one business that we had before I got into the home business industry. And I was young and I enjoyed the challenge. But how long can you go on like that? You know, You don't have any time to yourself. So you want something that's got all these points, but does such an opportunity exist? We've got some people that say they can't hear. Thomas says she can't hear or see, but others say they can. And Danasia says she can't see it clearly. It's clear on my, I have my laptop at the side where I monitor the broadcast, and it's clear on there, Dhananjaya. So Dhananjaya. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right. If I'm butchering your name, I do apologize. But it's clear on mine, so I can't offer you a solution to that, I'm afraid. I think it must be something to do with what you're receiving. And Zua says, yeah, it's about when our messages reach you. I'm not getting many messages from anybody, Zua, so there is a delay. There is a time delay, and we can't do anything about that. So let's get back to the presentation, because there's no sort of question, nothing I can do to clarify anything there. So does such an opportunity exist? Well, frankly, not that I know of at this time. I'm not saying that there isn't one, I'm just saying that I don't know of one. However, there is just such an opportunity launching soon, and you can be in at the beginning. It's not get rich overnight quick, but it will be available globally. It is totally free to participate, and it will create 2,000 incomes from just personal sales in excess of $500 a month this year. So that's 2,000 people at least that will generate over $500 a month this year from this opportunity, and that will alleviate some of the stress they have in their finances. It will create an additional 1,000 incomes from just personal sales. These are people that will be a little bit more motivated, a bit more active, in excess of $1,000 a month this year. And $1,000 a month starts to become a significant income for a lot of people. And it will certainly create 350 incomes or more just from personal sales in excess of $5,000 a month this year, 2016. And that is just based on your own personal activity, and the people that are creating 500 a month can easily do that in 2 hours a day, 15 hours a week. The people that are creating 1,000 a month can probably also do that pretty easily in 15 hours a week. But the people that are creating 5,000 a month from their own personal sales are probably going to need double that. They're probably going to be working something like 30 hours a week. So there is work involved. I'm not talking to those lottery people. And all this is by saving hungry prospects money on what they're already spending. So just to go back here, all this is achieved by having a unique way of approaching people that are already spending money on things and say, look, I know that you like this, I have it here, and we also offer, and it costs you less. And that is what this is about. And it will, right down at the bottom there, have the ability to leverage those incomes automatically almost infinitely. Okay, it would be very easy to turn 5,000 a month personal sales into 20, 30, 40, 50,000 a month leveraged. To turn 500 into 5,000, 10 times would be relatively easy to leverage those incomes automatically. As I say, all this by saving hungry prospects money on what they're already spending. Now, if this is something that you're looking for a way to do this, and you're part of the 25% of people who are prepared to work, prepared to put in the time, prepared to put in the effort, prepared to maybe invest some cash, although this is free, although if you've got money, it always helps because you can advertise and you can do other things, but it's not essential. So if you're a part of that group and not one of those lottery marketers, oh yeah, I'll join and sit back, do nothing and see if it's a scam or not, then you can register for the free introductory webinar, and it says by clicking here now, and you can't click here now because it's not possible. But what I can do is I can get you a link and I can put it in as a sticky, he said, and you can go to my opportunity knocking webinar, which will be held on the, I think it's on the 28th, it's a Monday. I've done surveys in the past and people say Monday is the best day for them. Let me get back to here and I'll post this as a sticky. There we go. And hopefully you can click on that and yeah, it brings up a registration page where you can create a real internet business at no cost. Not at no work, at no cost. And you can get all the facts on that webinar on the 28th. And I'm doing it quite late in the evening London time. Can't remember what time I set now. I think I set 9 p.m. London time, which is, if you're in the States, it's what, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're in Europe, it's 10 p.m. At night. So it depends on where you are, what time it will be locally. But you can register for that now. So we've done 34 minutes and that's my 30-minute mentor session. If you do have a multi-level marketing company, what I would recommend you do is take a look at My Lead System Pro, because that is something that you can get involved in and you can build with, and they have a lot of training and a lot of very good systems in there, and it'll build your multi-level marketing company on the side as a sideline, which is the only way that most people are going to succeed with MLM. When you've built up a reasonable network, 300 or 400 distributors, then you're probably in a position where you can concentrate more on your multi-level marketing. But until you get 300 or 400, maybe 500, depends on your pay plan, you need something that is going to be making you money while you're building, because a multi-level marketing company won't do that for most people. I know that because I've been involved. I've been a top distributor in 3 companies, and I've owned and started 2 companies of my own, and I see the same problems there for everybody. Do we have any questions other than what's it all about? Tell me about what's going to happen now. No, if you want to know, get on the webinar. So if there's anything else I can answer for you, any questions about anything, any challenges that you have with your marketing, then I'm happy to answer all I can. And if there aren't any, I'm going to wish you all goodbye. So I will know when my ugly face appears on my monitor that the presentation that I've done is finished. You should have all have that finished. And if you type in something now, it comes through. The chat section works very, very fast, instantly. So if you type in the chat, then that comes through. If you've got questions, I'm happy to answer all the questions I can. If you don't, I'll give you another minute or so. And then if not, I've got lots of other things to do, lots of things to prepare, lots of things I have to do to, because I have a lot of projects going that are. Okay, Maya, and I will hopefully get that email. Your best bet though is to put in the support ticket. I get so much spam. I get like 10,000 spam emails a day, and so the spam filters are pretty high, and so sometimes emails that I should get I don't see. So the best thing is to put in the support ticket. And I got a lot of email addresses too, so it depends on which email address it goes to. Oh, just a minute. I got okay, it's about your downline in classifieds that pay. We can sort that out. We'll find a way of sorting that out for you. Don't worry about it, Maya. So I did get your email, and that will be sorted. I'm not sure why that should have happened. Probably because they're all listed as having that 3-letter name as the sponsor, so it doesn't show. I'll get that fixed for you. I will get that fixed. Worry not. Okay, it's 13:39. When that clicks to 13:40 on my computer, I will be bidding you goodbye if we don't get any more questions. Have a happy and wonderful day. Have a happy and wonderful life. That's what it's all about. My pleasure, Maya. That is what life is about, being happy. Being, you know, the most happiness you can create is by being of service to other people. If you can do somebody a good turn, it makes you all warm and feel good inside. And the more you do of it, the better you'll feel, the happier you'll be. So find ways of helping other people. And it's 13:40. That's it. God bless you. And if you want to see a replay of this, you will get it at sawwp.com/live. And you will also, should also be sent an email with a replay link as well. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. I'm sorry some of you said it wasn't very clear to see. and that is perhaps because some of the slides had a lot of information on, because they were put together hurriedly. I'd typed out all the information, but transferring it took a while. So thanks for being here. God bless you. I hope it's been useful. And if you did have difficulty seeing it, try and watch a replay on something with a big screen, and it should be okay for you. God bless.